One place in the Old Testament we see the virgin birth mentioned is in the book of Genesis. Genesis chapter 3 to be precise, and we obviously hear about the virgin birth in the New Testament, specifically in Matthew 1 and Luke 1. But we're going to focus on the one in Genesis chapter 3 today, which is in Genesis 3:15. Now this is after Adam and Eve have actually sinned here. Now God is actually applying punishment to the serpent, to Adam and to Eve. Now one of the things he says in Genesis 3:15, he says there's going to be enmity between the woman and the serpent, and between the seed of the woman and between the seed of the serpent. And it's easy to kind of read about the seed of the woman and kind of just read past it and brush past it. But when you think about it conceptually, okay, the seed generally is taken from the man. So for example, later on in the book of Genesis, we're going to read about a man named Onan who spilt his seed on the ground, and that was because he didn't want to impregnate a woman. Okay, so I recommend you go through the whole scripture thinking about the context of childbearing, and what you're going to find is in pretty much every scenario you're going to find that the seed in regards to the context of actually childbearing and offspring is going to be talking about the man. Okay, there's about 4 or 5 different examples in the scripture where you might hear about a woman mentioned in regards to seed, but what you're going to find in all of those situations is the man is also mentioned as well. So at best it's a collective. Okay, there's 2 scenarios in the whole Bible where seed is literally referenced as coming from a woman. Okay, Genesis 3:15 is the first example. Another example is in the last book of the Bible in Revelation. Ironically, both scenarios are talking about basically a woman bringing forth the seed, which ultimately ended up being Jesus. Now, when you think about this in the context of childbearing and descendants, etc., the seed of the woman makes sense, okay, because in the New Testament, Mary's going to come along and she's actually going to give birth to Jesus, okay, which we know as the Immaculate Conception. She didn't have relations with any man or anything like that. She was found with child, okay, through miraculous intervention. And as always, I'm going to recommend you go and do this study for yourself and work this out for yourself, okay? I'm always going to recommend you do that and be Berean, like you receive these kind of things, but you go off by yourself and study these things daily to see if what I'm talking about is actually true. When you think about this in this context, Genesis 3:15, we can understand how the seed of the woman makes sense in regards to childbearing, because Jesus was not going to come from the seed of a man, okay, i.e. Joseph. He came from the seed of the woman, technically, which is a symbolization and a representation in the first couple of pages in the Bible, which identifies the virgin birth. And the reason this is so powerful is because it highlights to you God's plan. God didn't make some knee-jerk reaction later on in the Bible to say, okay, you know what, because I've done this and because I've said this and because I've done that, now I need some miraculous birth. This is something that God had planned and knew what was going to happen from before the world was actually created. And it's our job to go through the scriptures and see these particular examples for ourselves and see how God was leaving these clues for us to see what's actually going on. Now, if you like this video, make sure you subscribe to the channel below so you can continue to get updates about videos like this in the future. And make sure you watch this video right here. It's a great video for you to watch basically as you segue from what we just covered in this video to what we're going to cover in that video. So make sure you watch it next. Thanks and take care.